What's up, YouTube? It's Pelfrey, and this is the Red Sea Reefer 250. Hope everyone's having a great day. I did like a 10 gallon, another 8-gallon water change. Nitrates are coming down. Phosphates are still through the roof. I don't know. So my plan here is I actually brought the, I don't know what size brute this is. It's got like 25 gallons, so I'm guessing it's a 30-gallon brute. It's got about 25 gallons of water in there, and I'm heating it up now, so we're at 56 degrees. And the only reason I brought it in the house is because it's just gonna be easier to mix it here, pump it directly into the tank, and be done. So I need to get out some water. You can see I'm still on the high level there. And it's time for me to switch over the Kalk washer. You can see I'm getting really low on the left container. The right container's full, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap that out and refill this container here with some Kalk washer. Aside from that, I'm just trying to get the phosphates down. Still super disappointed that I'm losing heads on this coral on a regular basis. I did move the power heads down a little bit, and hopefully that helps out with the flow. Not really sure yet, but we'll see what's going on there. But pretty sure that just the tank being completely off balance, this is the issue. And of course, with the high phosphates and nitrates, that caused this coral to kind of do what it's done. I'd almost like to pull it out now and just maybe take a hacksaw to it to save the few heads that I have here. And maybe that's something that I do soon. But until then, like I said, I got about 25 gallons of water here heating up. I got a CHA 1.5 in there, and I have a CHA 0.5, but for some reason it no longer works. So I'm about to take it apart, try to clean it, try to get it going again. Let's see, what else? Need to recharge my light up here because it's going super, super dim. Oh, the last time I did a water change, I completely flipped the chaeto around in the refugium, which sent a ton of small strands of hair algae into the tank. So I pulled out each Tunze pump and I cleaned them very well because the intakes around here were just full of hair algae. So the plan is I took water out of this container to fill up the brute. I'm filling it up now. Whenever it gets full again, or tomorrow or the next day, whenever I get around to doing the big water change, I could take water out of this container and then I'll fill them both back up. I've had this line running here for like a week or so. Not really something that I like to have running like this for a long time, because usually I just fill these up and I just go about my day. But with the phosphates still going at 200 on the phosphorus checker, I'm thinking, I need to do some water changes to get rid of the phosphates. And I have no clue why they're so high, because I don't dose phosphates. Maybe it's in the automatic fish feeder and some of the powdered food that I'm giving to the tank. I'm not really sure. So stay tuned. I don't know about you, but it's like whenever I get on a roll with something, I just keep going. I look up and it's been just at about 2 hours and 30 minutes. I've been doing something with the tank. I just cleaned the glass, and I always use this sprayway glass cleaner, which is this what I use on the vehicles too. I just sprayed on a microfiber cloth, just clean the glass. I mean, nothing else to it. Outside of the glass, of course, I don't clean the inside of the glass with that, because that wouldn't make sense. Although maybe it would make sense because this is ammonia free. But I am going to take the screen top upstairs and spray it out in the shower just to get the salt creep off of it. But real quick story. So I'm trying to get the CHA 1.5 to work. I take it apart, I get the impeller out of it, doing all this stuff to it, and it is working now. But in the midst of me messing with it, somehow I dropped my phone in this barrel right here. Now, luckily, I was very quick with it, and it only got down to about here. So it only went under 5 gallons of water. This is an iPhone 12, so it is Not necessarily waterproof, maybe water resistant. But I dropped it in here. There's no salt in here yet, luckily. So I don't have to worry about anything rusting on the phone. But yeah, you know, it was a stupid mistake on my part. I had the phone sitting like right here on my equipment cabinet. Went to press a button to turn that pump on because I'm using a Wi-Fi circuit protector. Whenever I pressed that button, the phone just jumped from here to there, which is not a very far jump. And yeah, stupid mistake again on my part. I would love to figure out a way to cover this up so that the girls don't throw anything in here. And my problem with doing something like this is the lid's gonna build condensation. And what I should have done is put a towel underneath the brute before I put water in it. So I may just wing it and leave it with no lid on there because I'll just let it evaporate and do its thing. It's been a couple of hours, or about an hour now, so it has heated up a little bit. I will start adding salt to it when it's in the 70s. But yeah, again, hopefully this will reset some of my problems in the tank. And you can see the CHA pumps have already picked up some chaeto that's floating around the tank. And I forgot to mention this. So what I did earlier, whenever I pulled both this pump and this pump out, is I took a fish net and I held it at the top of the water. And whenever I turned the pumps off, I quickly took that fish net and I wrapped it around the pump so that any of that microalgae that was stuck to the pumps didn't free float around the tank. Now, clearly I didn't get all of it, but I got a lot of it. And that's all that matters. Probably not going to be able to see, but this was the container I was using for kalkwasser. Filled it back up, put some kalkwasser in there. So now we're dosing off of this container here. Did remove this dosing tube and the dosing tube back there and replaced them at the back. And I would turn the light on, but that's the magnetic strip there. And I took it off so I could charge it up. Water level is still high. And I kind of left it like that because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to have any siphon issues. It's very weird. Just all of a sudden, about 2 days ago, I started having like extremely low water volume in the weir of the Red Sea Reefer. And if you're not familiar with Red Sea Reefers, the stock gate valve is very finicky. Very, I won't say hard to adjust, but with some patience. And if you change it out for a true gate valve, which is what I did here, it is so simple. And I can't tell you, aside from 2 days ago, the last time that I actually had to touch this gate valve to adjust it. But it sounds like we're good because the system's not making any sounds. We've got a little bit of water going down the emergency drain there, which is fine because it's still not making any sounds. And also what I did this time was I moved the Tunze pumps down a little bit. I noticed on the screen top, I was getting a lot of salt creep on the screen top. And it's basically because these are oversized pumps for this tank. Not to mention they're actually 6055s that have been modified to be 6095s as far as the flow pattern's concerned. And what would happen is when they hit here in the middle of the tank with the return being offset here, you would get a little bit of splashing. And I think that I've reduced that. We've got a nice water flow on the top of the tank and no splashing. So, hey, I finally figured something out. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. Hope you've had a great day and I appreciate you following along. Be sure to check out the website at pelfrey.net. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at Pelfrey's Reef. And if you're not on Instagram, you are missing out on a lot of content, not from myself personally, because I seem to post here and there, but from all the other reefers. So yeah, it takes like 2 minutes to sign up for Instagram. So go ahead and get you an Instagram account. Again, appreciate you following along and I'll catch you on the next one.